Hello and welcome back. This is Vinchenz. We're heading to Yella to do an ERT in the asteroid belt. So after a short flight through the asteroids, we arrive at our targets and we see what we're going to be up against. The first target is the A2 Hercules Starlifter, and we're going to be saving that one till near the end because it could be full of good loot. Then we've got the Drake Caterpillar, so two of the best cargo ships in the game. This immediately rises our awareness and we're suddenly quite focused to do this mission properly and not make any mistakes. In flies Purcell, my partner in these missions, and this is one of the first missions we've done together. So he gets in there early and takes a bit of the heat off me, and I soon join the fight. We focus on the Caterpillar because it's got heavy firepower and it can do some serious damage. We managed to get the back shield down straight away, but the ship takes some heavy firepower. It takes us quite a while to get this down. All the time I'm taking heavy damage from the A2. So we're focusing our firepower, but the Caterpillar still manages to take down my front shields to almost nothing. Try and stick behind him out of his fire. But by now, my shields are critical, and I have to blast out of there. The Reclaimer's coming in close, and I think that's the Caterpillar just blowing up on my left. Purcell takes him down. I try and get some distance to get my shields back up, but the A2 Hercules is still on my tail. And he does not want to let me out of his sight. I'm trying to get my shields just to regen, but it's proving difficult. All the time Purcell's firing at him from the back, trying to get his attention, but he sticks to me like glue. He's taking down my front shield and I try and get away again. Purcell's still trying to get him off me, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried now. My second shield's nearly down, and my rear shield's taking a beating as well. Eventually, Purcell manages to get him off me and gives me the call, so I head up quickly behind to try and take him down while he chases Purcell. He soon realizes I'm back, and he starts to shoot me with his guns again. Luckily by now my shields have regen a bit, and they seem to have enough power and are holding strong. Now we've got him on the run, he's not pumping out as much damage, and we can just focus on taking him down. He's about to crack, so we just give him some light fire. We don't want to push him over the edge and blow up the cargo. His massive cannons are still hitting my front shield pretty hard. But we manage to get him down before he can do any more damage. Now we both switch to the Reclaimer. He goes down pretty quick. Very weak firepower, and our shields stay strong. we've got him on the run, and we both chase him down and finish him off. And the asteroid helps us out a bit there in the end as well. So now it's time to loot all the ships, so we go around. I go and scan the A2, and Purcell goes off to scan the Caterpillar. Unfortunately, my scanner's not working, so I have to quickly jump out and check what's in the hold. I go and lower the ramp. And then I quickly reorganize my cargo hold before I go and check out the A2. See some nice looking containers, so I check out what's in them. It's a good mix of drugs. And I check what's in the back row as well, just in case there's any extra valuable items hiding in the back. But I then get the call from Purcell to head over to the Caterpillar immediately. So I leave the A2 full, fire up my engines and get over to the Caterpillar quick. While I'm doing that, Purcell shoots back to base and grabs his C2 Hercules. He tells me he's had a successful scan on the Caterpillar and that there could be a large amount of maize. Because I know there's valuable cargo on board, I get rid of all this worthless stuff. I quickly head over and check out the Caterpillar. One of my containers manages to fly through my ship, but it's out in the open and away from the ship, so it's all good. So here I come to open the first cargo bay on the Caterpillar. And I didn't realize this, but I'd come to the side with the walkway, and I didn't think I'd be able to unload from that side. So I get back in my ship and move to a better position. I was going to go around the front, but then I remembered we've got the C2 incoming. So I pull over to the side and make room for the behemoth. My heart rate's going up now. I'm getting ready to jump out and check out what's inside this Caterpillar. I like it when I see these smaller containers because I know my ship will only take 2 big ones and then I can fill up with the slightly smaller ones. Normally when I loot the C2s, they have the biggest 32 SCU cargo containers in the game, and I can only fit 2 of those in my ship. But as I open the Caterpillar and check out the big containers of maize, I realise that these aren't quite the biggest containers you can get, and that I might be able to fit 4 of these inside my ship. So I start loading up while I'm waiting for Purcell to get back. Then open up all the other containers just to make sure we know what's in the ship, and to hope that our scan that Purcell got was true, saying there was over 200 SCU of maize in the ship. I try and open the final bay, but unfortunately the button does not want to work. So I go around the other side and try that door, and that does seem to work. I notice there are some small boxes on top which I can load into my ship on top of the 4 big boxes I've already put in there. So it's time to get the gun out. The door opens and I start offloading the small containers. So we still got 10 big containers of maize to get off the Caterpillar. So we'll load them into the C2 when it arrives. These are good sized containers just to fill up the rest of my ship with some decent cargo. I leave the ETAM up there, we'll put that in the C2 as well when it arrives. Oh, and here it is. Purcell pulls up. While he's getting out of his ship, I head over and just grab these last few small containers. Just there I'm trying to load a container and it sort of disturbs the big container at the front, so I repack the containers and just make sure they're locked into the cargo bay grid so we don't have any problems, and it blows up my ship and destroys all the rest of the cargo. There's quite a lot of money in there, I've got to keep everything nicely organised. So I close up my cargo bay and I head over to help Purcell. Right now this is a quality scene, him just flying out of the ship, grabbing a big container and then loading it into the Hercules. Money, 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 getting loaded in. So it's time for me to help him now. We just try and take it slowly and get all these containers in nicely, because there's a lot of money on the line here. I've left this loading at full speed so you can see how long it takes in real time, because as well as doing the fighting mission and all the unloading and loading, it probably took us a good solid hour, 40 minutes loading, about 20 minutes in the fight. We probably could have just thrown it all in there and gone, because the Hercules can carry so much more. But it is nice just to keep your ship nice and organised when you're loading it up, instead of just chucking containers in left and right. So we try and start getting all this in there. I nudge a little box here, I think, and send everything into a bit of a spin, which I quickly got to get control of, because once they gain momentum, those boxes can start spinning at some speed, and if that hits your ship, it can start doing some serious damage, and before you know it, your whole ship can blow up. And we definitely don't want the C2 to be blown up today. So we've got 10 24 size SCU containers, I believe, here, all maize. Last two containers get pulled out. And then we load in a couple of small ones at the end just to fill it up. And one small ETAM. And finally, a 1 SCU neon. We have a quick check of the caterpillar, make sure we've got everything. There is one container of weaver legs left in the front, but it's 1 SCU, it's not even worth the trip to sell it, so we just leave it there. All the main bays are empty. We managed to get the final one emptied as well. So it's time to head back to the ship and get out of here. So we set our location for crew L4, and then we both get lined up to jump. We're jumping to OM2 around Yellow, and then we'll slingshot over to crew L4. We fly past Crusader on the way out. So we get back to crew L4 safe, and we request for landing. And take it carefully while we're going in, fully loaded.
Landing gear deployed.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. complete.
Once we
As I
touch
say,
down, we can relax. We know that we're going to get paid for all our hard work. We haven't been done by any bounty hunters, and we've got the cargo back safely. Shut the engines down and head into the station. Always store the ship before selling, and we head up the lift to the Galleria. Into the locker room, and we're hoping that there's good demand for our maize. So straight away we see it's very low inventory. We know we're going to be able to make some good bucks here. So we sell off all our Slam and Widow. We get about 150k for them. And then we manage to sell 50 maize for 4.5 million. And within the next 15 minutes we get all the maize sold by server jumping. So that was one of the biggest hauls I have ever done in Star Citizen. It was absolutely amazing. Altogether we got about 32 million credits, which was pretty cool. So we got about 16 million each. Stay tuned for the next video, because the next one was just as special. And it was kind of crazy because we did both of these on one night. Looking forward to editing that one and bringing it to you as soon as possible. Have a great festive season and a happy new year. And we will see everyone in the new year with the next bounty hunting video. Stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, please subscribe, and take care, and see you in 2024.